So there's this fitness, motivational alpha male type of figure out there on the internet named the Liver King. Over the last year and a half, through the help of TikTok, he and his brand absolutely blew up with his brash style of content. And like most sleazy figures on social media, the Liver King is here to sell you a lifestyle. He's here to target young desperate men and prey on their desires and insecurities, screaming out, if you do these things, you can look like me.
When you realize that people are suffering and struggling and that there's a simple, elegant solution, a return to ancestral living, that's really what my purpose is now.
We're doing 100 of these companies, and you know why. Because people are hurting and they hate their lives, right? They're suffering and struggling with such depth that they need to hear this message.
These types of people like to make consumers think they're good guys who are here to help them achieve a better life, but in reality, they're really just interested in fleecing their pockets. You see, the Liver King gets his name from his diet. He had these viral videos where he eats raw organs of animals like hearts, kidneys, livers, and who could forget those delicious, delicious testicles.
I'm gonna take a huge bite out of these testicles.
His program he's pitching constantly is this concept of the 9 ancestral tenets: sleep, eat, move, shield, connect, cold, sun, fight, bond. Running with this concept that as humans we are basically made in our DNA to be primal beings, but instead of doing stuff like hunting, or fishing, or eating animal hearts, we work day jobs, we get stuck in traffic, have social anxiety, and order adult-sized Happy Meals.
If you want to live a better fucking life, what you need to do is learn about the root cause, these 9 ancestral tenets that will optimize your hormones and optimize your neurochemistry. You're going to be so happy and so fulfilled and have so much energy, so much positivity, so much love and light to share with the world.
The Liver King sees it as our responsibility to live ancestrally and truly become one with our environment, and that even a 9-to-5 office cubicle loser like yourself can get into the primal spirit for the right price. I want to make it clear that while these principles by themselves are not necessarily deceitful, the way he packages it all based on his physique that he claims he achieved through these methods is. Because if you want to optimize your body, your diet, and your physique, at least according to him, you need his ancestral supplements. You need his minerals, you need his meat, and you even need his sunglasses apparently.
What I'm proposing, my thesis is that there's a simple, elegant solution to living a goddamn kick-ass fucking life, right? So this is my job as the CEO of the Ancestral Lifestyle, to model, teach, and preach this message so that our people don't have to suffer, so that we can return to our highest and our most dominant form. So you say, what if you don't want to be like that? Well, 80% of people's lives fucking suck already.
And when I say this man was doing big business, I really do mean it. He confirms doing over $100 million in revenue just last year.
I have 3 companies that make $100 million a year. Liver King as a business is really the CEO of the Ancestral Lifestyle. From a Liver King standpoint, this is where I spend most of my time. I also own about 7 or 8 companies.
What are the companies?
So right now, I have Ancestral Supplements, I have Heart and Soil, The Fittest, Medicine Man Plant Company, I have a company called Birthright, and there's a few other that we're launching, and I consider Liver King a company.
This did not come easily, as this man is quite literally a marketing genius, as he devours cow balls, does insane physical feats, and of course kills it on every podcast he has been featured on. Let me be clear that this is an extremely smart person who has become very powerful. But you know what Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility. And ever since his inception, he has denied his use of steroids, and even gone as far as to condemn those who have accused him of being not natural.
There's a lot of subprimals that are convinced that Liver King is taking steroids. Do you think if I was on steroids, I would have these fucking appendages down here, these legs?
Have legs?
Do you see how fucking little my fucking legs are? You know?
Whenever somebody says, he's got to be doing that, he has to be doing that, the reason why I think that's a dangerous message to share is because invariably some people want to look like me.
That makes sense.
And so what I think is dangerous about that is, because of that, some people will say, well, then that means I got to do that stuff to look like that.
And while I feel like any adult with a functioning brain should be able to tell that he's on gear just by looking at him, kids and teenagers might really think that he's legit. And when he came across Joe Rogan's radar, Joe had this to say.
It just looks ridiculous.
Let me
He's
tell
got
you
a
something.
plate of hearts and he just looks weird.
He's got an ass filled with steroids is what he's got.
Yeah, he should have a big
that is
plate of
not-
steroids next to it.
That is not a natural body.
Of course it's not.
That guy is shooting all kinds of shit into his system to achieve that kind of physique.
To which the Liver King responded,
I couldn't be more grateful that he's talking about me. You know, I want to set the record straight. I would love the opportunity to talk to him face to face. You know, face it head on. I don't touch this stuff. I've never done this stuff. I'm not going to do this stuff.
What stuff? You've never taken steroids.
Never taken steroids. I've never done PEDs other than prioritize, execute, and dominate in life.
Since then, he has doubled, tripled, and even quadrupled down on the idea that he's never taken performance-enhancing supplements, and that he's achieved this look in his mid-40s by just following these ancestral principles. On his website, he describes himself as an evolutionary hunter who is here to teach, preach, and model this ancestral message till the point that it becomes mainstream.
It's the 9 ancestral tenets. And did you know 50 years ago, we had on average 50% higher testosterone?
Yeah.
So if you just think about that, right, we could probably go 50 to 100% higher just by doing the 9 ancestral tenets. Isn't that what most people do with they try and do steroids to increase their testosterone by 50 to 100%?
For the most part.
So obviously these steroid rumors were really hurting his very large ego. Anyone who thinks a middle-aged man could achieve this through simple dieting and exercise must also think this man is capable of sleeping with over 1,000 women, or that this clown is self-made. And this is where things get very interesting, to say the least, for the Liver King, as Derek from More Plates, More Dates has gone full Sherlock Holmes to get to the bottom of this situation. He was notably one of the first people to call the Liver King out on his bullshit from the jump. And so recently Derek acquired these emails that were sent to him by a whistleblowing bodybuilding coach. Allegedly, these were emails directly sent from the Liver King himself back over a year ago in late June of 2021. In these emails, the Liver King lays out his entire plan for world domination. He explains that at the time he had acquired a team to help him make a massive social media push with the goal of gaining millions of followers. Keep in mind, at the time this email was sent, the Liver King persona didn't even exist online, and so his foresight was actually quite impressive. In that same email, he explains that as he has aged, it's much harder to keep up with his physique, and that he had recently started taking various steroids that were costing him over $12,000 a month. He was taking 4 times the recommended amount of pharmaceutical HGH, meaning this man was pumping more steroids into himself than the New York Yankees locker room back in the 90s.
Can you help me dial in the PED and growth hormone protocol to maximize results? I'm 5'7", lean, 43 years old. Would like your coaching for the next 12 months and happy to pay in advance. Let's go.
So at least according to these emails, it's clear to me that the Liver King was really the Needle King all along. The man behind the curtain has finally been revealed, and he was taking a shitload of roids.
Who are you?
Oh, I am the great and powerful Wizard of Oz.
The thing is though, he was practicing what he preaches in terms of this raw diet, but completely bullshitting everyone about the roids. He even sent Derek himself an email back around the same time requesting help with his physique, and admitted there as well to using.
I played around with peptides and would like to explore real GH like Omnitrope and others. I need next level, which is why I'm reaching out. Can you reassure me that all information discussed, wish confidential, presumably will be held confidential?
At the end of the day, I see this guy the same as I see all the people in the barrel who are selling men a lifestyle. It's just a bunch of smoke and mirrors deployed to make money and build their personal brands. And while he does give out some legit advice in regards to health and dieting, and I guarantee he works his ass off in the gym, he has completely ruined his credibility and overall message by lying to everyone time and time again about how he made it all happen. He's selling people a pipe dream that is unattainable without the help from Mr. Needle. At this point, I would really consider him like the Dan Brazilian of the fitness and nutrition community. Fake, self-righteous, and a liar. And I do find it very interesting that this market of young impressionable men is constantly being tapped into so often in the current day, all to create very lucrative business ventures. The fact that this man found this much success in a little over a calendar year is really insane, and also the fact that he would have never done it without looking the way he does, aka he wouldn't have ever done it without the gear. I don't know, I just feel like anything he does from this point out is gonna look completely disingenuine. But y'all let me know what you guys think about the Liver King down below. Did you ever think he was real, or did you know he was as fake as WWE wrestling? But I do want to thank you guys for dropping a like on today's video, making sure you subscribe, But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other fakes out here need to be exposed, so I'm out. Peace!